Another big story of the day, and this is also from the aviation sector. 2025 viewers turned out to be quite a turbulent year for aviation sector in India specifically. Couple of days ago, we had concerns regarding the A320 aircraft, and now we are seeing passengers getting impacted, passengers getting inconvenienced because their favorite airline that is known for its on-time performance is seeing a lot of concerns. There are crew shortages, there is a shortage of pilots as well, and that's leading to a number of flights, in fact, getting cancelled at major airports across the country. So this is causing inconvenience to the passengers. Flights are getting delayed by almost 5 to 8 hours, and then eventually of them getting cancelled as well. And for Indigo, it is one of the severest operational breakdowns that we are witnessing in recent times. In fact, we have learned that over 100 flights have been cancelled in just 48 hours. Hundreds are running late. The airline's on-time performance has dropped significantly as well, causing major disruption during the morning and evening peak hours. Passengers are reporting last-minute cancellations. There are, long queues at airports. There's a lot of confusion over boarding information as well. Now, this disruption is not limited to one particular airport. It's across India. It's across big airports in India. But some airports are seeing a much sharper impact. For example, in Delhi, multiple morning departures were delayed. Terminal 3 witnessed heavy crowding. In Mumbai, 33 flights were cancelled in just one day. In Bengaluru, more than 60 flights were impacted. There are long queues at check-in counters. Talking about Hyderabad, 58 flights disrupted with continuous delays and, lack of information there as well, making passengers get extremely furious at the airports. Passengers from across the country have been putting out videos on social media as well to tell the story, the real story, how difficult it is for them to really board a flight because of this crisis that Indigo is witnessing right now. There are delays which are pretty normal. Around 1 to 3 hours of delay is what we are witnessing right now as far as Indigo planes are concerned, and disruption is pan-India. Now, the latest update is Airline Pilots Association of India has issued a statement saying the situation concerning recent flight cancellations across India, allegedly attributed to pilot shortage due to new flight duty time limit norms, raises significant questions about airlines management, regulatory oversight by the DGCA and market fairness. The core question is whether airlines' current pilot shortage is due to failure in planning or a calculated strategy. It is more likely a combination of factors. Let's straight away go across to my colleague Arunil, who is joining us live right now for more on this. Arunil, clearly, it is a cause of concern. It's the third day in a row. Flights are being cancelled, and we still do not know what the real issues are because, of course, statements are coming, but then there needs to be clarity as to when this problem is going to be solved and what are the exact reasons behind the flights getting cancelled.
Well, certainly, yes, Hina. Good morning to you. This issue is persistent since more than 48 hours now. Only with respect to Mumbai airport, as many as 85 delays and cancellations only in the last 24 hours. Such is the scenario across different airports in India. Now, the statement from Airlines Pilot Association of India is also very significant that they are raising a question on Indigo itself, the airline company, saying that it seems like it is a strategy from Indigo to ensure that there is a dilution from DGCA. Remember, DGCA had communicated guidelines with respect to the flight time limit for pilots as well as the other crew members. Now, the Airline Pilots Association is saying that the Indigo is trying to pressurize DGCA to relax those FDTL. The FDTL that was been given by DGCA to separate airline companies. According to Airline Pilots Association, this seems like a clear-cut strategy to ensure that there are some relaxations from the DGCA's end as well. DGCA has summoned Indigo officials. What will be their response? That again will be very significant to watch out for. Another important aspect to look into this is, Hina, that when the same FDTL guidelines were communicated to all the airline companies, including Air India, Vistara. Why such kind of a problem is only persistently being seen with Indigo? That is the main question that clearly comes to the fore. And what it is leading to is massive inconvenience for the passengers who have been traveling across different airports in India, be it Mumbai, Delhi, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Goa, everywhere we have been seeing chaos at the airport because of delays, cancellations related to Indigo airline.
Right, Arunil, thank you very much for the moment for joining us with your inputs on this story. Amid Indigo mess and chaos at airports, Aviation Minister has also called an urgent high-level meeting. Key discussions with DGCA and airline officials are supposed to take place at 2 o'clock this afternoon, where the Civil Aviation Minister himself is going to review the situation and plan corrective action. This is the latest update that we are getting for you at this point in time. Captain Sam Thomas is joining us on the phone line. Good morning, sir. Thank you for speaking with us here on Times Now. Firstly, what do you make of what we are witnessing as far as Indigo is concerned, the kind of cancellations that we are seeing, the statement that has come from the airline side?
Good morning, ma'am. Firstly, we believe this is an artificially created shortage. They are attributing it onto the new flight duty time limitation promulgated by DGCA. Now, it's pertinent to note that the DGCA gave them 2 years to comply with all these requirements. This is not the first time that Indigo or any other airline is doing it. We've had several instances where the moment the rules are not favoring you, you immediately, like spoiled children, start throwing tantrums, deliberately delay flights, and cause severe number of inconvenience to passengers, and there is no accountability. That is the reason that what we are seeing today is happening. And this was stated to happen, and we brought it to the notice of the DGCA quite some time back. And if you don't plan for it, this is going to further escalate into a more serious situation.
But Captain Sam Thomas, what should be done in a situation like this? Because as far as these norms are concerned, this new regime of FDTL that kicked in from November this year, I mean, it was finalized in consultation with the industry. The discussion started around May, June 2023. What we have been told is that airlines, including Indigo, were given ample amount of time to prepare for this kind of a situation. Why then the airline did not prepare? What should really be done in a situation like this? Because, passengers are suffering.
This is the exact question, ma'am, that has to be put to the management of Indigo. Now, the issue is, we knew it all along that this was not going to happen because it's a norm in India that you dilly-dally with those implementations and show cost cutting and don't recruit pilots. But what we are trying to point out to each one of you and the passengers in general is that when the Honorable Minister of Civil Aviation has categorically said on the floor of the Parliament that we have no shortage of pilots, how come 2 months later, you have such a huge shortage? So we put it to you that this is not a shortage. This is a drama enacted by these airlines to pressurize the DGCA into relaxing the agreed flight duty time limitations. They have got away with this for a long time, and they are trying it again. But this time, the DG, Dr. Faiz Ahmad Kidwai, was very strict, and he said that there is no way that we are going to relent. We've given you sufficient time. Now get on the job. If you can't, don't,
That's an important point you have raised. Captain Sam Thomas, President Alpa India, speaking with us on Times Now. Thank you very much for speaking with us and sharing with us your perspective. So the point that he was trying to make was that perhaps it is a pressure tactic by the airline to, in a way put pressure on DGCA to give more time to the airline to implement the new FDTL regime. Of course, we'll have to wait and see what really happens in the meetings with DGCA and also with the aviation minister, whether this issue is addressed properly or not. But for now, what we are witnessing, viewers, is flight disruptions. Flight disruptions cancellations are continuing across major airports, like we've been saying today as well. At Srinagar Airport, 18 Indigo flights scheduled that were scheduled, in fact, out of which 2 have been cancelled. 3 have been delayed. Airport recorded 35 arrivals, 33 departures. At Delhi Airport, 33 Indigo flights have been cancelled since morning, while Hyderabad has seen a total of 68 flight cancellations. This is till about 7:30 a.m. this morning. At Mumbai Airport, of course, the situation is no better. 60 flights, Indigo flights, in fact, have faced planned and cancellations for today, with 41 arrivals and 41 departures affected. In total, 85 cancellations. Let's go across to my colleagues who are tracking this story very closely. We have with us Soumit as well as Sohail joining us live right now for more on this. Sohail, to you first. So at Srinagar Airport as well, there have been cancellations?
Yes, exactly. There were 18 flights of Indigo airline that were scheduled to be in fact operated today, and out of which 2 have already been cancelled, and in fact 3 to 5 are now in fact delayed. Their departures are basically delayed from Srinagar Airport, and which has created a situation of chaos and confusion among the passengers, because it's ultimately the passenger who gets impacted because of these delays and in fact cancellations. So as of now, the officials at Srinagar Airport say that the Indigo flights that were basically supposed to and scheduled to operate from today from Srinagar Airport are impacted. There are delays, and in fact 2 already cancelled by the airline, and 5 others have been now in fact delayed, and the delay time of delay is much more than expected. So for instance, a morning flight that was scheduled for 8 in the AM, that was supposed to departure at 8 a.m. in the morning, has not in fact taken off from the Srinagar Airport. Right. It was delayed for 11, and now in fact that time has also gone. So there are massive delays that are impacting passengers at Srinagar Airport.
Right. So we'll stay on with us. Let me go across to Soumit as well, live with us. Soumit, what is the situation like in Hyderabad right now as compared to yesterday?
Well, chaos-like situation. On 2nd December, there were 9 departures and 5 arrivals cancelled, and on 3rd December, that is yesterday, 7 departures and 12 arrivals cancelled, and today 35 departures and 33 departures and 35 arrivals have been cancelled today at the Hyderabad Indigo and Hyderabad RJS Airport by the Indigo Airlines. And chaos-like situation can be seen, and even passengers who are even observing Diksha, who wanted to reach Sabrimala, Kerala, they have also staged a protest, and several other passengers have questioned Indigo airline staff, and they were really clueless and they couldn't answer. And even yesterday night, a few passengers have waited for around 6 to 8 hours at the airport. And similar kind of situation was seen day before yesterday also. On the 2nd December also, passengers had to wait for hours even before they get any information from the airline's crew. And even yesterday, similar kind of situation was seen, and even today. Yesterday, even several passengers have staged a protest inside the airport premises, and even the authorities have tried to explain them, and they tried to speak to them. Even after that, they were not receiving information, is what passengers have stated. And like I was saying, even passengers who are observing Ayyappa Diksha, they staged a massive protest inside the airport premises, demanding answers from the airport crew. And today, even it is expected that the number might increase. So as of now, it's 68 flights which got delayed and cancelled, and even that the number is going to increase, is what the authorities at the airport is saying. And chaos-like situation was seen on 2nd, 3rd and 4th December at the Hyderabad RJ Airport. Back to
Clearly,
you.
Chaos is continuing at major airports in different parts of the country. Thank you very much, Sahil, Sohail, as well as Soumit, for joining us with your inputs on this story. Let's now move on.